be prepared to learn. Remember why you're there. A lot of people seem to tell you they're there for the social life, and they live by that rule and start messing up, and then they're getting vexed because the uni's now calling the parents they've missed all their attendance or they've now got to retake the year. Remember why you're there. You're paying a lot of money. Like 9K plus is a lot of money. I don't know. I don't care if your parents are millionaires and maybe it's not for you. That's fine. But for the majority of people, there's a lot of money, so there's no point messing up. You only get one chance to do it. Also, a lot of people will tell you, actually, will tell you like, oh yeah, you're there to learn. But remember, like 50% of it, if not 60% of it, is the socialization. Like I said, the experience at Bournemouth Uni is probably no different from like the other unis I looked at and applied for, other than the people. So a lot of it is about networking. I've met a lot of people that are like, to now, I'm like, cool, they're doing something different. In the future, I might need to hit them up. Maybe they'll come on the podcast and stuff. So a lot of it's socializing. So make sure you try and find people that are like right-minded and like-minded to you. So in that sense, like you find something in common with them. So you might have a group that you just only find stuff in common with, but you need that also right-minded group that are there pushing you. Like there was a time in my first year where I couldn't do accounting. I'm terrible at maths. And one of my friends was like, cool, why don't we just go down to this cafe on the Saturday and just do studying? If it wasn't for them, I would probably just left it cool, because my housemates were just like, cool, we're just going to chill here. I was like, cool, I'll chill here. But my friend like forced me to come down there and do it. So you need to find people that are willing to motivate you. And then the final bit is just enjoy yourself. Like you're only there. This is the only chance. You know, when you're a kid and they're like, oh, you're trying to be an adult now, waiting until you get to adulthood. Uni, I'm going to say, is the only time you get that in your childhood, basically. It's like being back at primary school. You're with your friends constantly. And you could get away with a lot of things. Like I've done a lot of things that I'm like, this is embarrassing, that I've got away with because just student lifestyle.
Okay. What advice would you give to students about to study at Bournemouth University?
Like I said earlier, just be prepared that the workload is not going to be easy. Like it's not as hard as they make out, but yeah, you just need to be prepared that you're going to have to do a lot of independent learning. Yeah. I don't think there's like I said, advice beforehand is pretty much overall, and Bournemouth University, as I said.
And what advice would you give to students about to study your course at university?
Prepare for a lot of group work. Like I said, the worst thing about uni is group work.
So this is your course in general?
Yeah, that in my course in general, because there was a lot of courses that probably didn't have as much coursework as group work as me. But also in general, I don't think there's anything, like I said, because business is quite general anyways as a subject. It overlaps with a lot of other courses. So that's why I said I overlap with like law students, accounting students, economic students. So yeah, just be prepared to also work very hard. They're going to be very ambiguous in some of their challenge they give you, and especially more so as you go on through the years. So you just generally need to be prepared to, like I said, remember why you're there. When you're at uni to learn. They're not going to stop for you. So if you fail the test because you decided to walk out a lecture halfway through and the part that you needed was in the next bit, that's on you. And they're very like strict on, like, I suppose every course, but my course, they seem very strict. Like those areas I was like, other people a bit more lenient on business. Like I said, events people basically did the same sort of thing as me, but their marking scheme was very different to ours. Ours was, they always expected way more from business students. So it was a bit harder.
Okay. You chose